The exercise that we will focus on is called the mill. It can be performed in 3 different planes: vertical, horizontal, and vertical above the head. The complexity of this exercise comes from the fact that the movement is performed in alternation by each hand. The most important rule to follow is that the clubs must not overlap. They should always move one after the other. To learn the mill exercise, we should first start with one club, then to introduce the second club. The starting position requires the arms to be extended forward, fully extended at the elbows. It is mandatory that all small circular movements with the clubs must be executed with fully extended arms. The rotation of the club is controlled only from the small bow, which we hold in our palm. The grip must be tight enough so that we don't drop the club, but at the same time loose enough to allow the free movement of the club and to allow the club to rotate very close to the arm. If the grip is too tight, the circular motion becomes stiff, and it looks a bit like we're holding a spoon in our hand. The motion starts with one hand, drawing a circle above the arm, followed by a circle below the arm. This movement is first practiced with the right hand, and once we master up, down, the wrist must remain relaxed, without gripping the club too tight, which will interfere with the rotation, and the club should pass very closely to the arm. Once the movement is mastered with the right hand, it is repeated with the left. It is essential to know that both clubs rotate in the same direction. When starting with the right hand, the movement is directed toward the body. When switching to the left hand, the motion remains the same, a circle above and a circle below the arm, but this time the club rotates outwards from the body, or to the left. You can interpret it both ways. To the left, we start the rotation, and to the left, we start the rotation, independent of which arm we use, because when both hands are incorporated, the clubs move in the same direction and they follow each other. The sequence is circle above the arm with the right hand, circle above the arm with the left hand, circle below the arm with the right hand, circle below the arm with the left hand. The next variation of the mill is the vertical mill. The arms remain fully extended forward at shoulder level. Again, the wrists should stay very close together. The movement consists of 2 circles on the right side, followed by 2 circles on the left, executed in perfect sequence. The goal is to prevent the clubs from overlapping and to maintain rotation in a vertical plane, ensuring that the arms don't touch each other and avoiding any bending at the arms. If this variation is feeling challenging, it is recommended to start with one club, mastering the motion first with one hand and then the other, before incorporating both hands. The movement pattern is the same: a circle to the right, then a circle to the left, then with the left arm, a circle to the right, then a circle to the left. When both hands are included, the sequence is the first circle on the right side with the right hand, the second circle to the right with the left hand, and then we continue with a third circle on the left side, and the left hand performs the final circle. Right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand. Once this movement is refined, we can then introduce more speed to the execution. We are still ensuring that the vertical plane is maintained. The grip should be loose enough to allow the club's small bow to rotate freely within the palm. When it's time to stop the mill, the clubs are once again held in a firm grip, with the index fingers securing the clubs in a controlled finishing position. The final variation of the mill is the vertical mill above the head. Unfortunately, this variation is rather discouraging. Sometimes we may really hurt ourselves. Still, the movement is performed with circular rotation above the head in the vertical plane. The wrist must stay tightly positioned together and the elbows must remain fully extended. The same circular motion is repeated, but this time the movement occurs above the head. The starting position of the overhead mill begins with the clubs extended to the side, allowing for a slight momentum or swing to initiate the rotation and to perform the vertical mill above the head. To develop control, it is best to start with one clip executing a circle in front of the face and behind the head. Again, a circle in front of the face and behind the head. Then we can do the same with the other hand. Circle in front of the face and behind the head, in front of the face and behind the head. It is crucial to ensure the club fully passes in front of the face and behind the head to prevent awkward injuries or loss of control. The wrists must stay closely together, the vertical plane must be maintained, and once the exercise is completed, the arms return to a firm, finishing position with the index fingers securing the clubs in alignment with the arms.